So here are the 5 tips that you need to know if you ever plan or think of buying a second-hand car in your life. It's Cliff here for YC Test Drive. Welcome back to my channel. If you are seeing this for the first time, let me explain to you what my channel is all about. So I love talking about cars, I love test driving cars, and I enjoy traveling as well. In honest truth, when someone buys a car, when you are buying a car for the first time, it's very nerve-wracking. And you might find yourself making wrong decision. You have worked very hard for the money. Not everyone else will buy a brand new car. So some of us might buy a second-hand car. So second-hand cars are really good. You can find a second-hand car which is good value for money. There are 5 tips that you need to know when you are buying a second-hand car. Tip number 1, make sure you find out if a car is a rebuild. What do we mean by a rebuild? A rebuild is a car that was involved in an accident, completely written off by the insurance. Someone works on it and gets the car running. So this car is called a rebuild. So don't get me wrong, not that the rebuild is a bad car. Some rebuilds are really done very well. Some rebuilds are done very cheap. Someone just put together cheap parts and fix the car and it looks good, but when you drive it, this car is completely bad. Because the seller won't tell you if a car was involved in an accident. You have worked hard for the money, you need to find out if the car is a rebuild. If you find out if the car is a rebuild, it's up to you to decide whether you buy it or not. Some cars might be really good. So that's rule number 1. You have to know if the car was involved in an accident, someone worked on it, made it run, and then he's trying to sell it. Tip number 2 that you need to know, you need to see the service history. If the car was serviced regularly, if the car had no major mechanical maintenance. So that's very, very important to find out the mechanical problem of the car or the service history about the car. That's when I come in. If you are buying a car and you are not sure about the car, contact me on YC Test Drive. I'll test drive the car with you and we'll discuss about the car and we'll find out if the car has mechanical issues. That's tip number 2. Tip number 3, make sure the car has registration papers. What do we mean by the car registration papers? The car registration paper looks like this. So make sure the car is registered in the owner, in the person who is selling it to you. If the person, someone might sell the car on behalf of someone, of course, but you just need to see that the car has registration papers. All right, you might buy a car, pay the money to someone, all of a sudden it does not have any registration paper. That will be a nightmare for you to try to register the car in your name. So make sure that you find out that the car has registration papers. So that's tip number 3. Tip number 4, make sure the car is roadworthy. What do we mean by the car being roadworthy? It means the car is worthy to be driven on the road. If the car is not worthy to be driven on the road, if you want to buy it, of course you can buy it. But find out, don't just pay someone money while the car is not roadworthy. If you want to buy a car that is not roadworthy, you want to work on it, do it. But if you want to buy a car and drive it, make sure the car will be taken to NATIS, it will be able to pass, that it's fit for the road. You might struggle to register the car in your name after you have bought it. They will tell you, no, this is broken, you can't register this car in your name, and you might struggle for years and years. The last tip that you need to know is the fact that the situations are very tough at the moment. So some people will try to take advantage of situations. So you must be aware of scammers. Do not pay someone money while they are way far away from where you are without seeing the car. Make sure you see the car, make sure you test drive the car, make sure you have, if the car is far, make sure there's someone there to see the car, make sure that you see that the deal is legit before you part away with your money. A lot of people have lost their money, paid someone who is very far online, and they never get their car. So make sure you know that it's not a scam. And there are things that are too good to be true. If you see a Range Rover 2020 model costing you 200,000, something must be wrong. So some deals that are too good to be true, you must watch out, because there are lots of scammers that are really trying to get money away from you. To recap on the tips that I just told you. So make sure that a car is a rebuild or not. Decide if you want to buy a rebuild car. but just make sure that you buy it. Some cars are really well done as rebuild. Some people spend a lot of money to build these cars and make them roadworthy on the road, but some people make them cheap. Make sure that the car is service record, that the car was serviced according to the interval. Make sure that there are no major things that were done on the car, or find out what the major things that were done on the car. That's service record. Make sure that you know the service. It was serviced on time, everything was in order. If you want to buy a car that has bad service record, you can do so, but you must make sure that you know about that. And if you do not know, give it to the mechanic. The mechanic will look at it and they will explain to you what might be wrong with the car. Make sure that the car is roadworthy to be on the road. Is the car legal to be on the road? Is the car fit to be driven on the public roads? So you might buy a car which is not roadworthy, and it will take you a lot of time to try to repair this and that, to try to make it being worth it to be on the road, or to try to make it legal to be on the road, or to try to make it fit to be on the road. So if you want to buy a car which is not roadworthy, it's your choice, but make sure that you find out that before you buy a car. Make sure that the car has registration papers from NATIS, okay? Make sure the car is registered in someone's name. Find out who the owner is. If it's someone who's selling it who's not registered in their name, find out if the owner has allowed the person to sell it. Someone might sell you a car which does not belong to them. So find out regarding car registration paper of the car. Make sure that you find out if it's a scam. Lots of scammers out there who wants to take the money that you have worked hard for, and don't be desperate. The money is yours. You have the right to make the right decision. You have the power to make the right decision. Someone to take away your money, you need to be satisfied. You need to be satisfied that that's exactly what you want. You need to be satisfied that's exactly what you are paying for. Especially from the first timers. If you are buying the car for the first time, you'll be shivering. You will be desperate sometimes, or you'll be anxious, or you'll be quite overexcited that you might overlook other things. So you call me on YC Test Drive or text me. I'll help you to make the right decision. So be aware of the scammers when you are buying a car. So these are the tips that you need to find out if you are buying a second-hand car. And we save a lot of money to buy cars, and it does not necessarily mean when you are buying a second-hand car you do not have money. It means your priorities. It's what you have saved for. And people sometimes want to buy a car that they will pay cash without having loans from the bank to be paying for a car. So it's good to buy a second-hand car. And my car, for example, you see this car? I've had this car for 7 years, and I can tell you I've made the right decisions. I made sure I test drove the car. I made sure the car was roadworthy. I made sure the service history was up to date. I made sure that this car was not rebuilt. It was completely not been involved in a major accident. And I made sure that the person who was selling it to me was not a scammer, and I knew the person who was selling the car to me, so I didn't have to worry about all these kind of things. I'm still having this car for now 7 years. It's a 18 years. It's 2003 model. Calculate, this is 2021. It's a 2003 model, but it still runs like a horse. It still runs like a dream. That's making the right decision. I've never had issues with this car. I've never had major mechanical issues with this car. It's because I was very careful when I was buying a car. I took my decisions very careful, and I still enjoy driving this car. There are lots of tips that one can add on what I just said regarding buying a second-hand car. So just share your tips as well. Tell me from the comment what tip is there that I left that I did not include, that you can advise others when they are buying a second-hand car. And I'm quite still impressed with this car. As I said, I have reviewed this car. This was actually my first car. This was my first car that I ever reviewed on my channel on YC Test Drive. So if you haven't seen that review, I'll put a pop-up banner here. Click on the pop-up banner and watch that review. That was my first ever car that I reviewed when I started my YouTube channel. So this is the Omega with YC Test Drive, and it still runs. And I can tell you now, I'm not going to sell it. You can come with whatever you have. I love this old car. It doesn't give me issues. It just runs like a baby. It's just, I've taken care of it. So if you enjoy this video, make sure you subscribe if you want to see more of the tips. I will have a lot of tips for you regarding cars. So if you want to know and see these tips, subscribe to YC Test Drive. Make sure you turn on the notification bell so that every time I upload a new video, you are number one to be notified that I have a new video, so that you see some of these tips. So I will see you in my next video. Thank you so much for watching until the end. So see you.